Hello, students. This is Professor McDermott. Well, it's Sunday, March 29th, about 2 p.m., and I am working from home, as you can see, like so many people. We are going back to school tomorrow, Monday, March 30th, and I want to get you prepared for that so that we make the most out of the next 5 weeks. First, just a few practical points. I have created a document called Additions to Syllabus, and I sent it out to you via email earlier in the week. But in case you missed that, it is posted in the Start Here folder on Georgia View. Please, please, please read that document from beginning to end, Additions to Syllabus. It contains, I think, all the information that you need to know for the rest of the term. It will answer most of your questions. But if there's anything you're confused about, please do not hesitate to email me, and I will respond quickly. So obviously we can't go to class, so I have posted and will continue to post video lectures for the material for the rest of the course. Okay, and you will find those in the video lectures folder on Georgia View. The regular PowerPoints are still posted in the lectures folder, but you really must watch the video lectures because they have a voiceover by me that contains very important information you will need in order to make sense out of the lecture. So I would strongly encourage you, when you watch the video lectures, if you have access to a computer, to go to the computer in some secluded place, preferably in your house, where you won't be disturbed or disrupted. And please take notes as you would in class carefully, because instead of having in-class assignments with our groups like we normally would, we're going to have quizzes based on the content in the video lectures. And so you will need to have mastered that content before you take the quiz. I have posted everything that you need for the first week out of the final 5 weeks of the course, and I will continue to post more material as we go on through. Don't forget your first writing assignment, which I gave to you before the extended spring break. The new deadline is now April the 12th, and I have made some adjustments to the requirements for this, so please look in the Additions to Syllabus folder and also look at the updated first writing assignment information in the writing assignments folder. You will also find helpful information there. The online writing center for ASU is still operating, so you can take advantage of that. And we are still going to follow the MLA format in writing these assignments. And I want to talk about that just briefly. You know, I know that sometimes it seems very picky, and you may think that it's just a game or some kind of exercise that we make you put in these in-text citations and the works cited page and so forth. But actually, those things are there for a reason. The reason is very simple. In history, we ask you to include an in-text citation for every bit of important information that you got from a source, not only to give proper credit to the author of that source, where you got that idea from, or those words, but also because the reader needs to know how to find that information. Let's say they read your essay and they want to know if you're actually telling the truth. The in-text citation enables them to find that source, look it up, and say, oh yeah, she was or he was actually telling the truth. And that's very important in this era of fake news, to know that you didn't just make it up. So I just wanted to mention that there is a purpose for this, and it is important that we do it right. And I do, if I think there is a problem, I do often check the sources and see if those in-text citations really match what's on that page of the source that you cited. So please be aware of that, and please read the document called The 12 Commandments for Writing History Papers. That will help as well. And the other resources in the writing assignments folder will help a great deal. And I'm very happy to help as well. All right. Now, More generally, um, I guess I just want to talk about how we're feeling as we go into this very unusual situation, moving from a face to face class to an online class. Um, some of you, I can tell from your emails, are actually excited about going back to school. You may have gotten a little bored or a little stir crazy, and this is an opportunity to take your mind off everything that's going on, and I think that's true. It's also a great opportunity to raise your grade because I'm giving you the opportunity to make up CPAs you didn't turn in before. Remember, the deadline for that is April 6th. Don't forget. Also, the exams are going to be quite a bit easier because they're going to be open book and open note. So you have a great opportunity here to raise your grade if you take advantage of it. Some of you may be nervous because you've never taken an online class before. Some of you may just be scared about the whole situation, especially if you live here in Albany, which has been very hard hit by the coronavirus. Some of you may be wondering why, Professor McDermott, why haven't you dropped any of the content from the course? It is going to be a little compressed and maybe a little bit rushed here because we had that extended spring break that took 2 weeks out of the semester. So why haven't I dropped the content from the course? You may feel that way, especially if you didn't want to take this course, if you were forced to take this course because it's part of the core. If it's just a box to check off or a hoop to jump through for you, you may feel that way. Believe it or not, I actually can understand and relate to all those feelings. But just a few comments. First of all, why did we keep all the content for the course? Well, first, you paid for a full semester's worth of content. You paid tuition, and it's my job to deliver that to you. And I feel like I would be in breach of contract if I didn't do that, no matter what any other professor is doing. Second, it's just not in my nature. I'm just not going to let this very mean, malignant little bit of protein that thinks it can take over our lives, the coronavirus, deprive us of the education that we are supposed to be receiving now to keep us from meeting those educational goals. I just don't want to let that happen. It would be easier for me just to give you a few assignments and pass everyone through, but I'm not going to do that because that would be giving in to that lazy impulse based on this situation that we need to confront and defeat and make the most of. Because this, students, I think, is also an opportunity for us. It's a tragic situation. A lot of people are suffering, and I don't want to minimize that. But in a way, it's an opportunity. Why? Because we've been freed of a lot of distractions in our lives, haven't we? A lot of the noise, a lot of the clutter, a lot of things that keep us from meeting our goals and really going within and trying to unlock our potential to work on our minds, to develop our cognitive ability, our critical thinking skills, our ability to read and write and analyze and all of that, those things that are really very important. And now we have an opportunity, without all of those distractions, to really see what we're made of, to go within and to really develop ourselves and to really engage with this material and to really get the most out of it. And we might be surprised at what we find there and what we find in ourselves. I know it's a very distressing time. Some of you may find it hard to concentrate. But on the other hand, I think this may also be a positive way for us to get our minds off the situation and to really make the most of this time that we've been given here. So that when, God willing, we all come back to the Unsinkable ASU in the fall, we will have a new attitude about ourselves and a new willingness to reach out to and help other people as well. And that's the final thing I want to say. I am here to help you. I'm right here in Albany, and I'm not going anywhere. As far as I know, again, God willing, but I have no plans to go anywhere. I am here to help you. Please reach out to me if I can be of assistance as we strive to make the most out of this strange situation and make the most out of what's left of this semester. I hope and pray that you are all safe and well, and I hope to hear from you soon.